Hello, my name is Adonis and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing what I secretly want to tell you spread for all of my Libras out there. So let's get after it. Okay. Sun, rising Venus and Jupiter. Sun, Moon, rising Venus and Jupiter. Sun, Moon, rising Venus and Jupiter. Sun, Moon, rising Venus and Jupiter. Some cards I need to see. Some cards I need to see. What do I secretly want to tell my Libras out there? What do they secretly want to tell all of my Libras out there? What do they secretly want to tell all of my Libras out there? Okay, here we go. Alrighty. So, they secretly want to tell you, my Libras, that they're single. They're okay being single. But you know what? May not be for long. May not be for long because they're really checking you out. And I'm really getting the sense here that this is this person's been checking you out for quite some time. All right? This is you've been uppermost in their mind for quite some time. All right? I'm also getting a sense here that they're using their intuition to help them navigate through the minutia and whatnot. So there is a bit of feeling out that they've been doing for quite some time. That's why I said this situation is not something they just kind of happen to fall into. This has most likely been kind of moving in that direction for a little bit. They're also beginning to assert themselves, if you will, into the particular situation, take control of the situation, if you will. So they're trying to get out in front of this, and really trying to control the outcome, really trying to take a leadership position. You'll recognize this person because, at least in their mind, they represent something new. Page of Wands, something new, a fresh perspective, thinking out of the box. So they believe they come with a very unique set of perspectives that's only going to enhance the relationship, a potential relationship with them. Okay, so you would probably recognize this individual. This individual is like a little bit different than the usual type of person you really would date. They're a little bit different. Okay, maybe a little bit more on the eccentric side, somewhat. I'm getting a sense here, a little bit more eccentric. But like I said before, they're really beginning to try to assert themselves, take more of a leadership role, which is really get out in front of this. Okay? So they're really trying to stand out, in other words. Really trying to make you notice them. All right? Furthermore, we have the Chariot card as well. So that's really doubling and tripling down on that whole really wanting to get out in front of this. But it's a little bit more than that. This person's really trying to gauge the conversation and move it in a particular direction. They're trying to move it, take the conversation from here to here. So in other words, make the fact that they're kind of eccentric, kind of different, kind of unique, and turn that into a positive instead of a negative. So they're really trying to gauge the conversation and move it over in a different direction, if you will. All right? This person is very generous, very courteous, willing to be very generous and very courteous, okay? Now, they are a little bit nervous, though. Even with all of that said, there's a little bit of nervousness here. There is a little bit of nervousness here that, they're really kind of hoping things move in a direction that they want them to move into, all right? With that said, they're definitely ready for an equal give and take here. So these are all, things are moving in a very specific direction, if you will. So with that being said, let's see, what type of blockages could you guys be dealing with to keep you guys apart? What kind of blockages, potential blockages you guys dealing with here? What type of potential blockages could you guys be dealing with here? What type of potential blockages could you guys be dealing with? Feels good. Okay. Okay, so potential blockages are here. Passion, passion, strength, to really, the real lack of something substantive there. Something that really you could really build on here. Okay, that's really what this Ace of Pentacles is all about. A real opportunity. There may not, this may not be seen as a real potential opportunity here. Something that's substantive, something that has some a foundation in which to build upon. Okay, now there is that aspect that's kind of waiting for, waiting to see what kind of things come over the horizon. So just kind of waiting, taking this wait and see attitude with things here. As far as manifesting, Magician card here is all about manifesting one's desires into a reality here. I feel like there's somewhat of a lack of, a real lack of really genuinely wanting to put this thing into a sense of fruition here. It's just this, it's kind of like this wait and see thing. But this wait and see thing can end up taking a little bit longer than one bargained for. There's no sense of immediacy. Okay, this was kind of wait and see how things play themselves out here. All right. We have the Six of Cups, which means that you have known this person, most likely probably dated this person. It was nothing particularly too serious, but it looks like you have kind of dated this person. It was kind of like, Page of Cups here. It was kind of like, no big deal. It was good. You do it again. You do it again, maybe not. One of them type of things. So, it was even killed at best. And finally here we have the Queen of Swords here, which represents, being straight up, being logical about it, being a straight shooter. There's this real aspect of being straight up, okay? And like I said, I really get the sense here that there could potentially be something here, but it's nothing that's really going to be real earth-shattering, really life-changing. All right, so I guess the word that I'm looking for is there's this big sense of mediocrity. Okay, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. There's no real sense of urgency at all. So with that being said, let's see what additional information Spirit wants to give here before I shut this thing down. What additional information Spirit want to give before I shut this thing down? What additional information Spirit want to give before I shut this thing down? One more shuffle. Here we go. Interesting perspective. So there's the possibility of unity here, working together with this individual to achieve some type of objective, if you will. So that does exist. So this person would make a good partner, a good partner in moving forward towards goals and opportunities. That's there. Possibly even, in terms of relationships. So that could end up being somewhat interesting as well. Also, there's definitely going to be a shift here in perspective that's going to be had here with this situation. Definitely a shift in perspective, meaning you're going to change the way that you see and think about this individual. Now, we have here Surface. Okay, now this Surface card is very interesting because it can, there are two reasons why people, why there may be a surface issue here. There's the face that sometimes people pretend to be different people for two different reasons. One's nefarious, one is not so nefarious. So The first non-nefarious way would be if they don't have a whole lot of self-confidence. The hope is they put on like a different air about them, and once you really discover who they are, then you really get to, you'll really get to know the person. So they put on this facade, and so that's the hope that you'll grow, that you'll see past the facade. Once you see past the facade or whatever, then you'll be like, hey, you're a pretty cool guy or girl. Hey, so it's done because there's a lack of self-confidence. But the other reason, the more nefarious reason a person puts on a fake face facade is because of nefarious reasons. And that's because there's an aspect of manipulation there. Now, with that being said, I do not see that being the case with this. That's not the case with this. There's nothing nefarious here with this particular situation. This is more like a lack of confidence type of thing, all right? So there is that situation. So it's some food for thought, something to think about. So with that being said, I'm going to shut this thing down now. Guys, if you haven't already, please like, please share it, and absolutely subscribe. This is a general love reading. It may not resonate with everyone, but if it does resonate with you, you want to know a little bit more about this particular situation, I will leave the link below. All right? So my name is Adonis. I love you guys, and do not forget to subscribe.